I'm Yulia. I'm a life and wellness coach, and I've been doing van life since 2018. I was never full-time van lifer, but I go on extended trips, the longest being 3 to 4 months on the road, and that's just the lifestyle choice I made. As a life coach, I wanted to kind of provide my perspective and talk about the biggest life lessons that I've learned from van life, why van life is amazing, and also how and when it can be detrimental. This video is not going to be about day in the life of a van lifer. There are plenty of videos on YouTube that talk about why van life sucks and how errands take so much time to do, and doing laundry and finding showers can be a pain in the butt. I really want to focus on, is van life the right lifestyle choice for you, given your personality, your goals in life, your aspirations, your life purpose, what you want to achieve? A lot of it also has to do with nervous system and our background and what experiences we've had in life so far and what experiences and skills we're trying to learn as well. So just like life journey, van life journey can be very different for different people. First, I wanted to tell you I'm recording this video from my van. Right now, I'm converting my van, so it's completely unfinished still. But you can kind of see I have a bed that I've built out, and I'm starting to kind of create different structures. I also did some wiring in this ceiling here, and I just worked on my electrical cabinet. You can see a little bit of it there. Also, when I'm talking about van life, I'm not just talking about vans per se. I'm talking about nomadic lifestyle. So whether you choose to live in a van or RV or SUV or any other way of just being on the road and leading a nomadic lifestyle, either full-time or being on the road for extended periods of time. And when I say extended, I mean like maybe a month or longer. I want to share also where I'm recording this video from. I'm just sitting outside, and there's this beautiful tree. I'm not sure what tree this is, but it smells like lilac. When I was planning this video, I realized there's so much that I want to tell you. I've decided to split it into a few parts. So stay tuned. Let's get into it. Van life has taught me so many amazing lessons. Van life taught me that a journey is a beautiful balance between rigid planning and going with the flow. It's like a beautiful dance of yin and yang, the masculine and the feminine, the letting go, but also being very intentional and planning. And it's so interesting that this probably in my life was the first time when I could actually embody it and get evidence of what that balancing of yin and yang actually is. I grew up in sort of unpredictable environments. Some of it was predictable, but there was a lot of chaos. And as a child, my coping strategy in life was to really plan things and to really be a little bit extra controlling about circumstances and things around me and do extra planning in advance. And in my 20s, when I traveled the world, by the way, I always would have to plan everything in advance because my nervous system would not feel good if I didn't have a plan. And I needed to know in advance where I was going, where I was staying, what I would do. But with van life, it doesn't always work that way. And I've had so many examples of, wanting to stay in this campground or wanting to go to this area, and then the road is closed or campground is closed, or the weather is horrible and it's pouring, pouring, pouring rain, and you just have to move to a different area. Or maybe, there was an example, we went to Banff National Park and I really wanted to spend time there, but it was extremely busy, like so many tourists, and it just didn't feel good. And we left and went to a different park next door to Glacier National Park in Canada, and it was the most beautiful experience, but it was unplanned. So life in a van and traveling in a van has taught me that some of the most beautiful experiences can happen when you just let go of that control. And I think that it's so beautiful that I can apply that lesson to my life and to really look at circumstances, events, relationships in my life through the same lens of being able to let go and allowing, whatever you believe in, the universe, the spirits, life, fate, just sort of take over the wheel. It's sort of like a co-creation again, and it's this energy of the masculine and the feminine. Masculine being, being proactive and taking action, and the feminine being flowing and letting things go. The second lesson is letting go. And I just talked a little bit about it, but I really want to call it out here because there is so much beauty in accepting and loving what is, and being able to be okay with what is, letting go of thoughts or attachment, letting go of physical things in van life is huge, because when you move into a van or when you go on a long trip, you're gonna have to be super minimalistic about things. You're gonna have to let go of stuff. And I think letting go of physical stuff sometimes is very helpful to also be able to let go of emotions, let go of thoughts, and just focus on what's really, truly important. So it's like this decluttering, like physical decluttering of your space and your life, and also decluttering of your mind and your emotions, and really selecting what outfits you're gonna wear and what thoughts you're gonna wear and who you're gonna be. And letting go of perfectionism, which was a really big lesson for me. Just accepting and loving what is and embracing what is, even though it's not perfect, and being okay with it as it is. And of course, I could always set an intention for it to be better, for me to improve myself, or for me to improve my space, my thoughts. But it's also so important to just be accepting of what currently is and loving that unconditionally. Okay, another big life lesson is the actual survival skills. Honestly, van life is so good. It builds your resilience, your grit, and it actually gives you hands-on survival skills. I know how to make a fire in any weather conditions. I know how to fix things quickly when they break, and creatively if they break or when they break. I know how to make a meal with pretty much any leftovers. I know how to navigate in nature and how to find my way. I know how to just sort of, use my intuition and understand the environment that I'm in, and see if it's safe, if people are safe, if it's good vibes or bad vibes. I feel really connected with my intuition. And of course, not to mention the skills that I've learned when I was actually building my van, or when I'm building or converting my van. So I've learned electrical, I've learned woodworking, I've learned how to use many tools. And trust me, as a woman, there's so much empowerment that came through with that, because literally I was fighting with some of the limiting beliefs that were coming up, like I'm a woman, I should not be doing this, or I should not know how to use tools, that's men's job. And so it's interesting to kind of observe some of these things, and to really just build your grit, build your skill set, if that's something that you're interested in. And the biggest lesson is how to be present now, how to be present in the moment and just be instead of do. This is something that all of us in today's society are really struggling with, because we're constantly in our heads. There is an insane amount of information flying at us from social media and news. All the people, like the global population is so huge. There's always something going on. A lot of people either live in the future, they're just constantly planning, and they're just saying like things are going to get better when I buy a house, or when I get this great job, or when I get married. Or people live in the past and they think about regrets, and they think about the way that they've been hurt. How do we actually bring ourselves into a present moment and be here in our bodies, in our minds, just really being, instead of doing or planning or buffering about some sort of regret. That is something that van life has a magic ability to bring you to this present moment, and to allow you to focus on just being here and now.